before we get out of here from the topic of signs of the times. Signs of the times. Matthew chapter 21 reveals a messianic event that was prophesied about in the book of Zechariah. The Bible tells us in Numbers chapter 23 verse 19, and that is that God is not a man that he should lie, nor the son of man that he should repent. If God said it, so will he do it. We need to understand, my brother and my sisters, and that is that God still fulfills his promises. Come on, somebody. Can I just find one witness out there? God still fulfills his promises. He still does what he says he's going to do. Yes, when you understand our prophetic writings, it was prophesied that the Messiah would come from a virgin. And guess what? It happened. It was promised, or it was prophesied that the Messiah, or that Jesus, would be born in Bethlehem. Guess what? It happened. It was also promised. It was also prophesied that Jesus would be betrayed by Jews. It was promised and prophesied that Jesus would be betrayed for 30 pieces of silver. Guess what? It happened. It was promised. It was prophesied. Yes, it was that his hands and his feet would be pierced. It happened. It was promised. It was prophesied about the Messiah that not one of his bones would be broken. Guess what? It happened. It was also promised. It was also prophesied that the Messiah, that the King of Kings, that his body would not even see decay when they put him in a tomb. It was promised. Come on, somebody. What am I trying to say here? That the book of Zechariah was written on the heels of Israel's return after the 70-year captivity in Babylon. So the people of God, the chosen one of God, they returned broken. They returned displaced. And they returned having no homes. So God raises up a prophet. He raises up a voice. Come on, you're going to get this in a minute. He raises up a voice coming from the prophet Zechariah to let the people of God know that God is going to rebuild the temple, that God is going to rebuild their lives. And more importantly, he was going to send to them the Messiah. He was going to send to them the King. The people of God were excited and looking forward to the fulfillment of that prophetic word. Can I suggest to you that there are believers here today who have received a promise from the Lord? Is there anybody here who would say, preacher, you preaching to me? There are some things that the Lord has promised me. God has made some promises about my marriage. He's made some promises about my children. He's made some promises about my family. I'm here to tell you that God still fulfills his promise. You might be sick in your body, but God has given you a promise. Maybe you've lost your job, but God has given you a promise. Come on, somebody. I want to let you know that God is still speaking and fulfilling his promise. Tell your neighbor, I got a promise.
I got a promise.
What would be
Come on, preacher.
the sign?
Come on.
What would be the sign of the King is here? What would be the sign that the Messiah is here? What would be the sign that the promise, come on somebody, that I've been waiting for a long time? Has anybody been waiting on some things for a long time? Come on. Can I get two honest people in this house? You've been waiting for some stuff.